Every time a traditional building gets demolished to make way for a modern one, something disappears that nobody writes down. Not the bricks, not the timber. The knowledge baked into the design, the angles, the gaps, the heights, the openings that were placed exactly where they were for a reason. There is a roof design that builders across Egypt, Persia, South Asia, and the Mediterranean all independently arrived at. It keeps a home cool in summer heat without electricity, without insulation upgrades, and without any moving parts. It was demolished out of existence, one building at a time, as industrial construction replaced it with something faster, cheaper, and far more profitable to maintain. And the average household in a hot American climate is now spending over $2,000 a year on the problem it used to solve for free. This is the Build Guide. We build what they buried. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this roof design works, where it came from, and what it would cost to apply the same logic to a home being built today, and what it would save you over the next 30 years. That number is going to change how you think about what you are currently paying for. Here is something worth sitting with. For most of human history, builders in the hottest climates on Earth did not have air conditioning. They did not have electric fans, sealed insulation, or mechanical ventilation. And yet the homes they built stayed cooler in summer heat than millions of modern homes do today, even with all of that equipment running. That is not a coincidence, and it is not a mystery. It is the result of designing the roof to manage heat rather than ignore it. The roof was not just a cover, it was a climate system. And somewhere between the Industrial Revolution and the post-war housing boom, that understanding was lost. What replaced it is the modern roof. And the modern roof has a serious problem that the construction industry has never had a financial reason to fix. A dark asphalt shingle roof on a summer afternoon can reach surface temperatures of 150 degrees Fahrenheit or more. That heat does not stay on the surface. It moves by conduction downward through the roof deck, through the ceiling material, and into the living space. Sealed modern attics trap superheated air at temperatures that regularly exceed 130 degrees Fahrenheit. That air sits directly above your bedroom ceiling and presses heat into the room below for hours after the sun goes down. Dense roofing materials absorb heat slowly all day and release it slowly all night. The roof is behaving like a charged battery. And what it is discharging into is your home. So the air conditioning unit is not cooling you down from the outside temperature. It is fighting the roof. It runs longer, costs more, and wears out faster because the building it is installed in was designed to guarantee the problem it is sold to solve. So what did ancient builders actually do instead? The forgotten roof is not one patented invention, and it is not one culture's idea. It is a principle that builders independently arrived at across centuries and continents, because the physics that makes it work is the same everywhere. The principle is this: stop the heat before it enters, not after. Modern cooling fights heat that has already moved into the building. The forgotten roof design intercepts it at the point of entry, and it does this using three things that every ancient builder had access to, and that every modern builder has mostly forgotten. The first is the air gap. When you place a layer of still or moving air between the outer roof surface and the ceiling of the room below, you interrupt heat transfer. Air conducts heat far more slowly than any solid building material. The heat reaches the outer surface and then has to cross that gap. If the gap is ventilated and hot air can escape through openings at the ridge or the peak, the heat never crosses at all. It rises and exits before it ever reaches the ceiling below. The second is geometry. Hot air is less dense than cool air, so it rises. A high-pitched roof, a dome, or a vaulted ceiling gives rising hot air a natural destination above the occupied level. Vents or openings at the top of that shape allow the hot air to exit. The living space does not get cooler because heat was blocked. It gets cooler because heat was redirected away from the people. The structure is doing the work that the machine was sold to replace. The third is the surface. Pale mineral coatings, lime wash, and clay tile reflect incoming solar radiation rather than absorbing it. A surface that reflects 60% of sunlight has roughly half the heat problem of a dark asphalt roof under the same sun. Less absorbed energy means less heat in the roof to manage in the first place. It is the simplest intervention, and it requires no structural change at all. When all three work together, the roof becomes an active cooling device rather than a heat source. The outer surface reflects, the gap buffers, the geometry exhausts, and the living space beneath stays cool, not because the machine is removing heat, but because the design never let it in. 4,000 years of builders got here independently. How did one generation manage to forget it? In ancient Egypt, builders in the Nile Delta oriented roof structures to the prevailing north wind and used elevated ceiling heights to push the hottest air above the occupied zone. Rooms stayed cool, not because the building was cold, but because the heat was always somewhere above head level, not at it. In the Yemen highlands, builders constructed multi-story tower houses with thick walls and deeply recessed roof terraces shaded by upper parapets. The roof was not the top of the building. It was another shaded layer in a system designed to keep the sun away from the people at every level. In the villages of Rajasthan in India, builders used double-layered roof systems where an outer exposed layer absorbed sunlight, and a ventilated gap between it and the interior ceiling exhausted the resulting heat before it could conduct downward. The gap was not a construction shortcut. It was the point. Heat that entered the outer layer never reached the room because the ventilated space between them carried it away. Colonial architects in tropical climates around the world rediscovered the same logic through observation. High-pitched roofs, ridge vents, broad overhanging eaves, tall ceilings. The same pattern appeared in the Caribbean, in Southeast Asia, in sub-Saharan Africa, and in the American South before air conditioning existed. Different builders, different materials, the same physics, the same result. None of these builders collaborated. None of them read the same textbook. They all arrived at the same answer because they were all working with the same problem and paying attention to what the building itself was telling them. And then industrial construction arrived, and the building stopped talking. The cooling industry did not send anyone to tear down traditional buildings. They did not need to. The knowledge disappeared more quietly than that, and more completely. When industrial mass housing took over after the Second World War, it needed one thing above everything else: speed. Flat roof lines were faster to build than peaked or curved ones. Standardized roof assemblies could be replicated across hundreds of identical homes without any understanding of local sun angle, prevailing wind, or climate behavior. Climate-specific design, the kind that produced traditional roof systems, was simply too slow and too variable to scale. Architecture schools responded to where the work was. Passive climate design, the body of knowledge that produced the forgotten roof, began disappearing from curricula. Within 2 generations, architects were graduating without ever having been taught that a roof could actively cool a home. The knowledge was not suppressed, it was simply not transmitted. And what is not transmitted to the next generation does not exist for the generation after that. Into that gap walked the air conditioning industry, a market worth over $250 billion annually, built entirely on the assumption that cooling is a mechanical problem requiring a mechanical solution purchased from a manufacturer, maintained by a contractor, powered by electricity, and replaced on a cycle of roughly 10 to 15 years. Every unit sold depends on a building that cannot cool itself. The moment a building cools itself, the market disappears. The forgotten roof did not die because it was inferior. It died because the economic system that replaced it had no place for a solution that solved the problem permanently at the design stage. Architecture became the industry that created the buildings. The cooling industry became the industry that made those buildings livable, and the revenue stayed with the second industry forever. Building one in the American Southwest today is not complicated. The design simply needs a few adaptations for the local climate. The highest impact change for an existing home is adding ventilation to the roof cavity. Ridge vents combined with soffit vents create a convective flow that continuously carries superheated attic air out of the building. Studies show this single change reduces attic temperatures by 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. directly reducing the heat load on the ceiling below. It is permitted under standard building codes in every state and costs a fraction of a new air conditioning unit. For a new build, the geometry change is more powerful. A roof pitched at 30 degrees or steeper with a ventilated cavity below the outer surface, and openings at the ridge will actively exhaust heat through convection during daylight hours. Combined with a reflective outer surface finish, the roof stops being a heat source and becomes a heat exhaust. Deep overhangs are the third element. An overhang that extends 2 to 3 feet beyond the wall shades the upper portion of the wall and the windows directly below the roof line, reducing the total solar heat gain of the building from multiple directions at once. In a rammed earth home in Arizona or New Mexico, where the walls already manage stored heat through thermal mass, adding a passive roof system completes the envelope. The walls reject heat from below. The roof rejects heat from above. The interior sits in a thermally protected zone with no mechanical intervention required. The cooling cost from the day you move in is zero. Over a 30-year mortgage in Arizona, where households currently spend an average of $2,000 per year on cooling, that is $60,000 in avoided costs. The passive roof itself costs a fraction of that to build. The builders who constructed the traditional homes of Rajasthan, Yemen, and the American South before air conditioning understood something that every modern architect has effectively been taught to forget. The roof is the primary point of heat entry into a home. Design the roof correctly, and most of the cooling problem does not exist. Design it incorrectly, the way modern standardized construction does, and you have just created a paying customer for life. The physics has not changed. The sun still heats surfaces. Hot air still rises. Ventilated gaps still interrupt heat transfer. Reflective surfaces still reduce absorption. Every principle that made traditional roofs work is as true today as it was 4,000 years ago in the Nile Delta. The only thing that changed is that the people who build homes stopped being taught to use it. You now know what they were not taught. The roof over any home can be redesigned to exhaust heat rather than trap it. The cost is a fraction of what the cooling industry charges to manage the symptom every year. And unlike the machine in the utility room, it does not break down, does not need servicing, and does not send you a bill in August. Next on the build guide, there is a $300 home that never gets hot. No air conditioning, no heating bill, no utility connection of any kind. The energy industry buried it for the same reason they buried this roof. We are going to show you exactly how it works and why you have never been told about it. That one is next. Subscribe and hit the bell. You will not want to miss that one.